Welcome to Bloggingly Challenged with me, Noah, the Chanel Locks, and Eli. The first thing up on our video today is Chanel going over the business admin stuff.
So on this past Halloween, we went to Canaan Title Solutions and we gave our corporate presentation. They had given us a bunch of amazing feedback, which we are going to take to heart and keep going over and practicing and bettering ourselves at this presentation in hopes for a corporate sponsorship. Our business admin team will be going and continuing our solicitations after Ms. Cooper's recovery. And our next stop is in West Plains. Now on to Noah with our design.
We are still working on both of our projects, being the core and the ShopBot. For ShopBot, we have design and intake and the beginnings of a shooter mechanism. In CAD, we plan and to start making the tangible frames soon. And for the code or CAD design, and we and drawings from old code designs have been completed, and CAD for the new code has been completed. We are still getting contact with our ag teacher and his shop class. And hopefully he will be fabricating this soon. And for our new code. Now on to Eli with the coding.
The not-so-newbies have been solidified their knowledge on the previous terms right before getting into the thick of the programming robot. Darkness and Bobby earn their programming ducks. The A-team has gone over how to set up functions for Photon Vision, such as aiming or slowing down the drivetrain as it approaches cargo. Photon Vision test suite loaded on a Raspberry Pi laptop for testing. Tonight, they are beginning to work on the settings and features. And now we're going on to Noah.
For my safety animation, and then the rough draft has been completed. The script is mostly completed. Now we are looking for voice actors to play the parts in the video. And we will be right back with the student spotlight.
This is Eli from Team 7483, and I'm with
Jeffords from 3937.
Okay, my question is, what was your total build time on your robot?
Probably should have thought of the number first.
Hi, this is Eli from Team 7483, and I'm interviewing
Knox from Team 5002, Dragon Robotics.
My question is, what was your total build time on your robot?
We have a second robot for off-season event. It took us a total of 4 days to build the robot.
Well, thank you for your time. This is Eli from Team 7483, out.
This is Eli's field report, and I'm interviewing a student spotlight. I'm interviewing Noah Jane. Noah, why did you join robotics?
I joined robotics because in my 7th grade year, I wanted to do something, and I heard that my friend who is the other student spotlight for tonight, he was joining robotics, and I thought, hey, robots sound cool. Also, so I just decided to join it, even though those 7th graders can travel. Me and Aisha were able to travel because we did get out of the Ozark Mountain Bowl that year.
That's awesome. What was your favorite part about robotics?
My favorite part about robotics is probably doing the media stuff like Bloggingly Challenged and my safety animation.
Awesome. Who is your favorite newbie and why?
My favorite newbie, I would have to say Drake because I don't know why, I just feel like me and him are kind of similar. I don't know. It might just be me.
What do you want to learn this year?
I what do I want you to learn this year? I think I want you to learn how to be more involved with the team, and how to do better as a team member.
Okay. What is your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is the Firestore from Pokemon Sword and Shield Cinderace.
Awesome. All right, Noah, thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Eli's Field Report, and I'm interviewing another student in Spotlight. This is Aisha. Aisha, why did you join robotics?
The reason I joined robotics is my older sister Maddox, tried to encourage me to do it, and then when they went to, I think, Worlds, I ended up watching one of the competitions, and it seemed like a lot of fun, so I decided to join.
Awesome. What was your favorite part about robotics?
One of my favorite part about robotics is all the traveling we get to do and the different teams we get to meet.
Okay. Who is your favorite newbie and why?
Honestly, my favorite newbie this year has to be Bobby. And Bobby is just a lot of fun to be around because he's basically controlled chaos, and if you give him a hammer, run.
Yeah. What do you want to learn this year?
Something I want to learn this year, at least get a little bit better at, is in the development field, because one of the choices that I have lined up for the future is going into something in development because I find it interesting.
Okay. What is your favorite Pokemon?
One of my favorite Pokemon is Mewtwo.
All right. Thank you for your time, Aisha.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And we're back with the Coach's Corner. I'm here with Coop and Mr. T. And let's go ahead and get started. Miss Cooper, what have you got for us today?
I lived. No, I had major surgery Monday, and so I am out of school for 2 weeks and on light duty for 6 weeks. And I've missed more school this week than I've missed since 3rd grade. So a little bit stressed out about that. Other than that, I'm alive. That's what matters. Kids have been great.
Awesome. So we've got homecoming coming up this next week, and it's kind of a neat thing for us because our robot Yeet is actually going to be part of the homecoming court this year.
Yes, we tried to get allowed to make Yeet our homecoming representative, and it was frowned upon primarily because we didn't want to ruin the girl that's walking with us pictures. So instead, the principal suggested that Yeet walk in front and escort our representative and the maid for FBLA. So I think it's going to be sweet.
All right. Well, I saw the kids in here tonight. Our driver and gunner, GT and John, they were both practicing with our escort, Aisha, on, just kind of getting a feel for the ceremonies, lifting the arm up, lifting it down, making sure that the robot still is together after the Ozark Mountain Brawl.
Functional.
Yeah. And, like...
And it wasn't for a second because they had the wrong computer and the wrong controller.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They were using the wrong computer, and they're like, we have no robot code. And it turned out that they were using the wrong computer all along. With that, let's go ahead and talk about what we've accomplished this week. We'll start with Mr. T over here. Why don't you give us a rundown on design?
We're still working on the design for ShopBot. We've made a lot of progress on that. They are working on finishing up that intake and trying to put the floating motor into its actual spot.
I saw that.
And Joey is working on redoing her tube because right now it's at an angle like that and it needs to be flat. And I think a little bit shorter so that we can then attach the shooting mechanism to the top of it. And then Lauren's continuing to work on the intake and getting that all figured out. So
right, Joe's shooter right now kind of resembles a stovepipe, like in its length. Let's put.
I'll try to get some screenshots up and put them over me.
Okay,
so you guys can talk about it.
But yeah, I think that they made a they've made a lot of progress. They've run into some walls. Joey especially has hit a little bit of adversity with how to handle her sweeps and lengths and in on shape. But
I
as
think on her part, it's patience because she wants to do it all at once rather than one at a time, like you probably needed to do to begin with.
Yes. Anybody that's dealt with CAD will know if you extrude everything at once, it's really hard to get the nuance of getting each piece individually extruded to the length that you want.
She'll get there.
But as we speak right now, they're in there putting together a frame based on the dimensions that they've got for the robot. If I'm not mistaken, I think that they're doing it for twofold. One, we're building it out of leftovers from previous year's robots. But then on top of that, I think that they're going to go back and kind of retrofit what they're designing to the frame that they've got built. So that ought to be pretty fun.
And it looks like they've got some metal that's in a square shape right now. So
It does look relatively square.
So
that's amazing in and of itself. I mean, considering the robot that came off of.
They were in there looking at churros and measuring the length of churros they needed. And Chanel and I measured the churros for the gearbox on Yeet. And I don't know if anybody else remembers that we cut them 7 times and they were never the right length. And we kept going back and so I left.
Yeah. All right. Well, Miss Cooper, where are we at with the admin squad?
Well, we had a couple of things. We didn't have a Blogging Challenge last week. So we haven't announced that one of our students got 4 sets of family members to go in on new motors.
Oh, yes.
This is very exciting. We are now the proud owners of 4 bright, shiny new Krakens. So we got to figure out how to use those.
and we'll have fun doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a matter of how to use them. It's what to do with them responsibly.
Yes, how to responsibly use them.
Yeah.
The admin team
Without
is,
making a new door through the wall.
yes, we would rather keep the 100-year-old building intact. The admin team has been plugging away at businesses and trying to get that in all together. They've been selling raffle tickets like
Our
crazy.
raffle ticket is definitely in full swing. We have sold several tickets. We would like to urge you to buy your
Absolutely.
tickets.
We'll put the advertisement up here. That raffle drawing is January 14th at halftime of the senior boys game. We are doing the concessions at homecoming, so we'll have the toolbox over there and the raffle available then. And then we're working on a couple of other big events that we will talk about once we have dates nailed down for those. But we have definitely got our money for payment due next week, and now we're
For the
working on second
kickoff.
event.
Yep. Registration fee and kickoff and all that.
Yep.
And our first event, Arkansas Regional. All right, and I guess I'll end it tonight with a talk about the development team. Our 2 7th graders, they earned their programming ducks. I think we heard in the previous segment with Noah talking about that. To earn their programming ducks, they have to go through a Code Academy online course on Java. Basically, they have to learn what a variable is, what types of variables do we use in robotics. We handle
I'm so sorry.
3, 2, 1.
And I think we're going to end tonight with a development update. Our 2 7th graders earned their programming ducks. For those of you that aren't in the know, the vernacular or whatever, to earn their programming ducks, they have to complete a Code Academy course that teaches them things like variables, what variables we use, variable types that we use, different coding conditionals, so on and so forth, and some best practices. Once they're able to answer off questions and they complete that course, then they get their very own duck, which every programmer knows what a duck is, but for those of you that don't, it's who we talk to when we're trying to reason through our logic. Everybody has one that I know that I have ever met has had a programming duck, so we carried on that tradition with Mechanically Challenged.
They're super cute. They have hats and glasses.
Yeah.
They're cool.
The A team, the advanced team that we, as we call them, had started work on photon vision, which is a type of co-processing using a Raspberry Pi that allows us to take different cameras, get different points of view, and be able to kind of interpolate all that into a set of data that will allow us to manipulate our robot in different ways. Take, for instance, we may be looking for a note from our last year's competition, and it may be on the floor. As you're driving, you're moving closer to it. It takes that camera data and tracks it, and will allow us to move our arms to be able to position better, and it'll give John kind of this, our driver, a kind of heads-up display that'll allow them to more accurately be able to see and focus on that. Once they acquire the cargo, the note in this case, another feature of the software is to be able to use April tags to find positioning on the field. And based on those April tags, we can get the skew, the pitch, how it looks in the camera, and be able to calculate the trajectory that we need to move our robot's arm and our shooter to be able to accurately shoot. This is going to be a game changer for Mechanically Challenged, because up until now we've had nothing but a potato-looking camera and hope and a promise with the two shortest members of the team trying to see over the handlebars of the...
Try drive coaching them.
Yeah, the three of y'all was the blind leading the blind at that point.
There's a reason Chad's the drive coaches.
Yeah, it's a shame that we can't, we're not allowed to bring step ladders out there for our drive team. But in all seriousness, this will give them a step up. And the big thing about Mechanically Challenged is I want us to grow and to get just a little bit better each and every year. We don't need to be world caliber from the get-go, but as long as we're making strides and the kids are still buying in, I think that that's the most important piece.
Absolutely.
But that's it for development. What about coaches overall? Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to talk about?
Well, we were going to start a new segment called Hey Chad, but nobody left any comments. So what was the question that the kids asked you that you waxed poetical on last night? Oh,
college.
College. And Chad's opinion on why everyone should go to college.
It's not that everybody should go to college, but I think everybody should, at the very least, if you're inclined, take a secondary education, whether it's a trade school or college. As for me, personally, I feel like college was one of those types of experiences where you actually get more out of being there than actually the classes that you learn in. I'm not sure if that's coming across properly.
I wish I could go back and take some of my classes because I don't think I learned anything in them.
Well, that's the thing though. I think that I did learn things, but I think that the experiences, the ability to talk to people, to be able to form groups and
learn how to work together, because in high school group projects suck.
That and make connections. I mean, where I'm at right now came solely from the connections that I made back in college.
Very true.
I had a really good friend of mine who graduated a year ahead of me and ended up in a job up here. And
he's not even up here anymore.
He's not even up here anymore. He's not even programming anymore. That's the funny thing. And so I kind of took his place and went from there. But it was that connection, that friendship that I made back in college that got me all the way to where I'm at today. And I think and that's what my opinion on college. Does anybody else have an opinion on college?
Oh, a college professor. I was doing my second bachelor's degree. Just randomly one day said, we need more business teachers in high school. And I've always wanted to be a teacher, and that stuck with me. So I enrolled in the master's program, and here I am at Viola for 12 years now.
Well,
very happy.
I did something very similar. I was sitting in there getting a degree in chemistry with no intention of doing anything in a high school setting. I was going to college to get my chemistry degree and then a master's and a PhD in chemistry and do research. And my organic chemistry teacher took his PCAT on a whim. and passed it, and asked if he should go to pharmacy school or keep teaching college as the final question on our final. And I wrote a 3-paragraph essay on why he should stay a teacher and changed my major the next day. And then I told my mom, and my mom said, "You told us you wanted to be a teacher in kindergarten."
And I actually played teacher as a 4-year-old.
There you go.
And I had the exact opposite. I actually went to school to begin with to become a band director. Decided not very quickly. I decided that teaching was not my forte. Dealing with public is not my forte.
It's better when we vet the students that Chad comes in contact with, so he just gets the cream of the crop. He just gets the mechanically challenged.
There we go. And so that's why I made the change over to programming. So
college does a little bit of something for everybody, and not just college, any kind of post-secondary education, trade school, something. Go do something with your lives.
But I think that the key here, the key takeaway that I want everybody to kind of think about, you have 3 people who completely changed the trajectory of their lives in college. And I think that college or a secondary program, whether it's a trade school, college, some kind, getting out,
an internship,
seeing the world and seeing that there is more than what you had the first 18 years of your life is paramount to becoming a better individual overall. Not settling, not sitting down and saying, this is good enough, but seeing what the world has to offer. I think all of us behind this table here have had a better, more enriched life by going out and experiencing that.
And I want to give a shout out to the voters of Arkansas for approving lottery scholarships to now go to students that don't necessarily go to college, but will go to a trade school.
I was very excited that
was
passed.
such a weird loophole.
It was, and I'm glad it passed.
But I'm sure that it was with the best intentions. Oh yeah, let's do a college scholarship, and nobody thought that. Well, I said the word college, so now I'm
so
locked
welding
into that.
school and everything else. I think it's a really good thing. I'm glad that they voted with their brains.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't just a 50-50 margin. It was overwhelming.
Yes, I was very glad.
And that is incredible because we're talking about college, but man, I've got family members who make bank, and all they did was they went to a welding school, and they got that. They got on a union, they got in with a pipeline, and they took off. And so no matter what you end up doing with your life, I think just settling is not the way to go. Finding that continuing way to improve yourself post high school is definitely going
challenge yourself.
Challenge yourself. Learn something new.
Challenge yourself, see something new, and experience the world, and the people in the world will make you a more well-rounded individual.
Yep.
I think that does it for us tonight. I hope to see y'all back next week. This is Chad and Coop and Mr. T signing off. We'll see y'all next week.
Later.